Mr. Fathana.
There we go. Hey, Tazi, how's it?
I'm all right, and yourself, my man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent, excellent. How was your youth day?
It's been chilled. I had a session on the avatar page. Then after that, I was just chilling on social
All
media,
right,
catching up,
all right.
gaming,
All
bit
right.
of gaming. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. You know, what I'm really curious about when it comes to Youth Day is, there was Youth 1976 and now we're in 2020. What does Youth Day mean, in this day and age?
The 2020 Youth Day is quite tricky,
Yeah.
simply because of the GBV situation that we're seeing in SA and the US, like with Black Lives Matter. So it's quite different. Like, like usually Youth Day, that they're gonna air Sarafina, and from there we just celebrate. We just celebrate. We wear school uniform.
Kuzobe kujayiva uSomizi.
Sorry.
Ngithi kuzobe kujayiva uSomizi
Yeah,
uSarafina.
Nabu crocodile.
Nabo crocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a feedback of your audio, I think. It's like it's on a speaker or something.
Really? Okay. Let me just connect my earbuds then.
Okay, cool. I think that's
Let's
probably better.
see if it will sort it out.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better. It's a bit better.
Oh, yeah. You were saying, man.
Yeah, I was saying that like it's tricky because you don't like as a male in the country you don't even know how to feel.
Yeah.
I mean, we all looking at the posts, like coming from women, and obviously like they crying, and it's the same cries that the youth in 1976 were crying about, but this time around they're not being killed by the apartheid system or the white men in general at the time.
Yeah.
They're complaining about men, and they're complaining about people that are their partners, people that are their uncles, people that are relatives, family, which is sad,
Yeah. And Ali, let me ask you a very controversial question, right? Whose fault is it?
Whose fault is it?
Yeah. How did we get here as a society, in your view, speaking from a young person's perspective?
I think if we're to point fingers, all honestly, is from our side as men, I don't know if it is how we were raised, and I can't particularly blame the apartheid system. I can't blame that because I don't know how it is in the white community, and I don't know if a white male are killing the women or women in general, right? It's not something that, because obviously they're the minority. Then on the news you will see more black people. So I don't know if it's male in general, or if I should say it is the system, the way the system is structured. And obviously, I think in fighting for freedom, we didn't fight for everyone else. It's like we fought for the men. Men were fighting for the piece of the pie, and they now got the piece of the pie. It's like they're holding on to the piece of the pie. They don't want to let anyone in, whether you're a young person, whether you're a female, whether they don't want to let anyone in. So it becomes 3 times a struggle for women in general, because now they have to fight against the white supremacy and then fight black people. Fight men, which is not cool at all. I saw a post now where someone was just saying, talking about how we would say a woman, like to a woman, she's dealing with daddy issues, or a girl. But we're not saying that, we're not talking about the dad who she's got issues with. We're like, this one has daddy issues.
And so what he's saying is that we tend to not acknowledge the role that men play,
Yes.
for us to get here, and we almost make it like a woman issue in a way,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
what society is typically doing. Uguti, maybe she was raped because she was wearing something too short.
It's
That is some, yeah.
it's always like that. It's always like that, Z.
Mm, mm,
We
mm.
often
Whereas it's the
blame.
man's fault. It's actually the man's fault because,
It's the
I mean,
men's
she's
fault,
got the right
100%.
to wear whatever she wants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we as men do not have a right to violate for any reason.
Yeah.
There's no like logical reason whatsoever.
Yeah. There's no justifying it, like, at all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so let me ask you this question, right? And because it's Youth Day, and let's talk about issues about the youth in particular, right? And the raising of like young people, are there things that parents do in front of young people that lead to this place today?
So, so that's a difficult one on my side, because I I think it goes per person. It's not
Yeah,
necessarily like the parents' fault. We might be raised in the same family, same structure of a family, same principles, same everything, without you being the black sheep of the family. All the kids are equal in the family, but one might turn
yeah,
out differently, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't necessarily say that it's from a parenting side and side of things, and I don't think someone without that grew up without a male figure would
Mm,
have a template on how they're going to live their lives going forward. So I wouldn't
mm,
say that it's from a parent side or a guardian side.
mm.
I think sometimes someone just decides to be a certain way, whether from a
Okay.
rich background, poor background, living with both parents, single mom, single dad. Someone can
Mm.
just decide one day that like they want to behave a certain way.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
I'm not taking away from people that are triggered by certain things. Um,
Mm,
I don't have that experience, so I wouldn't be able to point fingers and say this is the root
mm,
of the problem and this is where it comes from.
mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm, mm. Okay, okay. I hear you, Ali. Let's
yeah,
let's get to you. Let's talk about Skipani. Let's talk about entrepreneurship.
yeah,
Because it's you there, but we are talking to a young entrepreneur.
yeah,
So you are running, Skip Party today, and you've got a very interesting content business as well. So by the way, for everyone who doesn't know, Ali is actually my business partner as well. So I've got a lot of background info on him, right? So how did you get into the world of publishing? I mean, did you always know that you'd be doing this?
So I didn't know that I was going to end up in this space of publishing. So we
Yeah,
started, but I've always known that I was going to be like a creative, like in the like ad agency space, because I
that you've
started
always known.
that I've always known, and I've always known that I've always known that I was going to be an entrepreneur, you know,
Yeah.
from an early
And
age.
why is that? How did you
And
know? I mean, what
um,
drove you there to say, yeah?
early age, in high school, I was selling sweets. There was a lady in the community that used to work for Telefunken, so she would buy things at a staff price, and she would give them to me to sell.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
approached her. I was like, "Yo, like you chilling at home, you an old lady chilling at home. You're not exposed to the people in the community. I can take these things and sell them. Then I would
Yeah.
add my own markup, and that's generally the type of person that I was like growing up. So I've always
Yeah.
been solutions driven. Um, so when how I started, we started a brand agency back in 2007, late 2007, myself with Bonga. So this was because I interned at a agency where I felt like I'm being exploited in a way. I was an intern, but I was doing work for like 15 other people, you know, whereas the design studio would chill and deliver work that I can do in 2 hours. They can take maybe a week or two, you know. So I just felt like, you know, and I got exposed to the running of it, and I was like, I can do this by myself, you know. And that's when myself and Bonga came together, and we formed the company name was Image Factory Multimedia. So from there, then that's when we met up with Andile. Then we formed Zkipani.com, whereas it was just an online publication at the time. So basically Andile is someone that got us into the publishing business.
I get it. So well, because obviously I know the background info. So you guys speak to over 100,000 young people per month, right?
On a monthly basis.
Which is like insane, right? That's a lot of
It
people.
is.
That's Soccer City Stadium of F&D. You know what I mean? That's like that type of crowd that you're speaking to on a monthly basis, right? On one platform. And you've got another platform now, right, where you've still got like a hectic amount of, you've got like another Ellis Park on the side of young people. So you've got two stadiums. You know?
Soccer City.
I mean, how do you go from there where this thing is a dream, you know, like, I'm a graphic designer, you know, the other one is a writer, you know, how do you go from there to where you are now? You know, because many people dream of what you've achieved, but they don't necessarily achieve it, right? How did you do it?
So Z, for us, it was simple. So we decided to pursue the goal, which was, you know, like being the biggest publication in SA and internationally, you know. So what we did was we saw a gap, and we're like, okay, cool. We see, you know, you get inspired as you see a lot of traffic coming onto the platform, and you feel like you need to do more, you know. And at the time when we came out, there was no one doing what we're doing in the space, you know. So everything was international news and all of that. So like you can't go to a platform or website where you find youth culture in SA captured, you know. So we felt like someone said it nicely. They were like, we were the Guaido of digital content, you know, or digital media, you know. So we decided, so back then when YFM still had the print publication, when they shut down, they didn't exploit the digital market. So we felt like, this is our time to shine. We will go take off from where YFM left off, but implement this on a digital space, you know. And we're still 100% local. And one thing that kept us going was the brand agency that we had on the side, because obviously for an online publication to make money, you need to be able to have traffic, a lot of traffic to attract advertisers or even approach advertisers. So for us, we used the brand agency as the cash cow to make sure that we keep the lights on, you know. And part of that, you know, like we decided to live together. So the three guys living together, and we've lived together for like 10 years. You know, it's only 2019 where we felt like, you know, we've grown.
It's enough, like enough.
It's enough, yeah. So we had to, to grow the business as well. You know, you need to separate yourself from the business. So I think one thing that grounded us was the vision and the passion that we had for this thing. We were 2 graphic designer, 1 journalist, you know, and in that, obviously you need to be you need finance, you need marketing, you need sales, you need a lot of things in order for you to make this thing a full-on company,